While my tomatoes are under the broiler, I'm going to prepare my basil, which is going to both work with the cheese on the melted part of the bread and be a garnish on top. And for that, you're going to buy a package of basil in the grocery store. They usually have it right next to the tomatoes. And you're going to take it out, all the little leaves, recycle that. And you want to look it over. So if you see leaves that have this blackened, purpley brown spots, that's where the leaves have been bruised and they've started to oxidize. And oxidation does change the flavor. So what I'm going to do is pluck the top and the bottom half off and just discard that purpley part. Okay, and then any of the stems I'm going to remove also for this application. So those are going to go into my scrap container. That looks pretty good. You should have nice, fresh looking leaves of basil. Sometimes you get bigger leaves than others, but use everything from large to small. All right, all my little ones. And what I'm left with is a little stack. So I have a little pile of my basil leaves, and I want to do that intentionally. I have layered them up, and I'm going to now roll up that stack to do this cut, which is called chiffonade. It's just very fun to say, and what it means is tiny ribbons. So I'm going to grab the biggest leaf being on the bottom, it's got a little stack, and I'm going to roll. So I want to roll it tightly like a cigar, and that's what we would say in the culinary world. So I have a roll of basil leaves, and then I'm going to take my chef's knife and tip down on the board, angle myself so you can see to the camera, still using my correct grip, my bear claw position. I'm going to make little ribbons, and we want to go about 1/8 of an inch thick. So I'm going to use my slicing forward motion, my knife coming towards my guiding hand, and then my guiding hand walks back and repositions. I want a sharp knife for this. Any dull knives will bruise the basil further and cause them to get that blackened oxidation. So when I get to the end, I'm just going to finish up. And what you have are these really pretty ribbons. So long, thin strips. Let's see if I can bring it up. So they're not minced, they're not a dice, they are nice ribbons of basil. If you see any black that you missed, definitely pull it out. We want to make sure it's presentation ready. So that's my chiffonade basil ready to go. 3/4 of that we're going to mix with the cheese, and it's going to sort of flavor the cheese on the bread, and 1/4 I'm going to hold back to decorate the top with. So I'm going to just move that off to the side and start my bread.